Law of attraction and dating. I thank God I don't have to go through the horrible process of dating on Earth anymore. I was basically washed up as a dater by the time I was 30. I had turned anorexic and went for long periods of time without seeing anybody. I used the excuse I was too fat for anyone to be interested in me. That was before the early 90s. Since that time, thanks to Roundup, dairy hormones, food poisoning, chemtrails and other DS innovations, many have caught up to me, so I changed my excuse to, I'm too old for anyone to be interested in me. But the truth is, no matter how fat or how old you are, there's always someone who's going to see something in you. I never had romantic love when I was dating. I attracted controlling people or dysfunctional people who needed to be taken care of. Really basic relationships whose central theme was survival. Or stalkers, and I still attract them. Most men I dated were alcoholic and/or drug addicted, so I played second fiddle to something, either a bottle or some coke. It didn't matter, these men were never emotionally available. Frankly, neither was I now that I look back. I was willing to put overeating aside in order to explore the relationship with them, but as soon as I saw the door was shut, I ditched the guy and went back to Ben, Jerry's, and Harvey's. It was horrendous. Being with Ivo, talking to him every day has finally made me more available to someone and more trusting again. Suffice it to say, he's very patient, to which he would just say, I have an eternity to love you. He just has this way that would melt any woman out of her socks. Many of you are going through this process of dysfunctional relationships in order to heal them, so that's why you're dating people you don't feel you deserve. Fact is, you don't deserve them and you do deserve better. So why do you keep getting stuck in these awful relationships? The collective needs to be healed, and it's being done one bloodline at a time. You may be the volunteer who volunteered to heal your bloodline as I am mine. This is why light workers are born in very dysfunctional circumstances here on Earth. In healing yourself, you heal your past, your parents' past, your grandparents' past, and you heal the template in which the next generations are to be born. Without this work, this healing of the shadow that we do, there will be no bodies for the next generations to be born into. Their frequency would still be too low. You are healing your past as well as going through ascension, which means you are transforming from a carbon-based Homo sapiens to a crystalline-based Homo universalis, a fifth-dimensional human, and in so doing, you change the bloodline so that they can be born into bodies that will allow them to ascend as well. Because that was the thing, the Dark Ones hijacked the templates, changed them, and then mind-controlled all of humanity on Earth into patterns that not only fed them, but disallowed any ascension or at least made it very difficult. So this is your contribution to re-empowerment of the divine feminine and masculine on Earth. No less than that. Is it easy? Hell, no, it's not. Not at all. It doesn't help much that many of us know we're different or that we're not from here as we go through this, so if you're anything like I was, you think it's all stupidity that you don't want any part of. It's all nonsense. But strangely you keep attracting more of it, so you just have to give in and heal it. Even if it was your parents' stuff they handed over to you with a pink bow on top, it's still yours to deal with. Accepting it helps. Ivo and I are trying to help you through this process of emotional alchemy. My preference was to heal myself outside of relationship, and to change what I attracted. In the end, Ivo was able to contact me. We call it emotional alchemy because many people at that level of dysfunction don't have access to higher light. At the time I healed myself using the standard emotional/mental processes the physical Homo sapiens acknowledges in the third dimension. That put me in the fourth dimension, and then I started being able to heal myself using other means than just my thought processes. But that's why Ivo and I teach emotional alchemy. It's based on the assumption that you don't have access to higher chakra abilities to help heal yourself. So, as for those who are dating, I would recommend doing a 12-step group called Codependence Anonymous. Why? Because in the steps you learn to keep the focus on yourself, not on others and what you think they're doing wrong. In keeping the focus on yourself, you're looking at what you think is wrong with yourself and using your guides to heal it. If you don't want to do a 12-step group, then continually focusing on your thoughts and your intentions is key to healing your shadow. Stopping yourself when you have a thought you don't like is important. I found my mind was just a tape recorder of my mother's critical voice, so I kept using thought stopping to shut it up. It works. Of course, the opposite of criticism is compassion, so try the opposite. Ivo, as for dating, my love, as we have been hinting at in our last videos, there are many people who have their wires crossed. They believe they must attract someone who is willing to do their ironing, mow the lawn or to wash their dishes because they do not want to. I would suggest hiring a lawn service or a maid if this is your desire. There are others who have friends because their friends help them move all the time, or they own a pickup truck, which is handy for them because they do not. There are people who do not understand that love is not about what others do for you, but for what you can do for others. Love is about giving. That does not mean you must date someone who is constantly in need because this person will drain your energy. To find another soul who appreciates a warm smile, enjoys your company on sunny walks and simply likes to be with you is what you are seeking. Yes, on Earth there is not much in the way of twin flame relationships being carried on, but there are some twin flames together who are Earthlings. However, these are some of the most hated relationships by the Archons, so they ensure that these people have very difficult lives. Me, yes, I think that was behind the way they attack me all the time because they knew I was supposed to hook up with you in my lifetime. They even tried to have me killed, several times, a couple times by my own father. Ivo, unfortunately, who best to kill a child than the one who has absolute power over her? Me, true. I suppose that's part of the reason my family was set up with the false king of tyranny at the helm, so that the Archons could deal with me. Well, they failed. Haha. I pointed out, too, in our video, that people are doing nice things for others in order to try to get time with them. Like the man who told me how to fix my dishwasher, and it does work again. All it took was cleaning it. I said to be nice for its own sake, not to net yourself a new girlfriend. Holy cow. I guess it's worked before, but that's not going to work with me because I'm spoken for, but I also see the deception in what you're doing. Trying to do nice things so you can get a new partner is deceptive. Doing nice things because you are nice is honest. Doing nice things to advantage yourself in another way is deceptive and of lower frequency. Just be nice. You want to attract a new love. Be nice. Be nice for the sake of the fact that it feels good to be nice. But wait to see what you attract is the next point I want to make. Ivo, yes. So many of you go off hunting for someone and hit on someone whether they are available or not. This is the incorrect way of finding a mate. You must simply make yourself available, and then see who begins to talk to you. Yes, this takes time, but you have time to decide whether you wish to continue speaking to this person, or if they even interest you. It is no surprise that many of you find partners in your workplaces because it is a good environment to see what you attract rather than to go off hunting for what you want. The law of attraction will put two people together who can either work through their common problems, or who will complement each other's personalities. But you must wait for it to work. Me, we used to hang around in groups and then I just started talking to this one guy, but he took too long, so I friend listed him. Poor guy. I think I really hurt him. Ivo, yes, timing has a lot to do with it as well. Me, you can help people just for the sake of helping them. If you're looking for a new love, join a group. I'm sure there are many spiritual groups around where you can just meet new people. Or try online, of course. But be nice. Keep your vibe up and you'll get what it is you vibrate to. If it's nice, you'll get nice. If it's nasty, you'll get nasty. And yes, opposites do attract. Ivo, this is also for lesson learning. If a nice man is attracted to a nasty woman, most often it is because there are powerful pieces of himself he has repressed. That is not to say that all people who are nice are powerless, but it is a question of balancing love, power, and wisdom within the high heart. The other point to make, my love, is as consciousness rises within the collective, then requirements for relationships become more centered on responsible relationships based on mutual sharing and caretaking of the children. These are not the codependent relationships of your parents' day where the man wore the pants and the woman wore an apron. Me, I know people who have relationships like that though, not very evolved. Ivo, yes, in your Earth family. Me, yes. There's so much more to a human, and that's what these new relationships are going to start to explore, and then these children won't get shut down every time they start to talk about their invisible friends either. They'll be believed for a change. Won't that be wonderful for these children? This all has to do with the starseeds that came in after 1945, and the hippies that defied and redefined society in the 60s. That's when it all changed. Not always for the better, because profanity and vulgarity became more pronounced, but even this revealed humanoid nature instead of hiding it behind a fedora, a business suit or an apron. It all came out for all of us to see and to deal with. Thank God. Ivo, yes, Life is more in your face now, and eventually all will become tired of seeing poverty, drug addiction, alcoholism, and other miseries that you all elect to perpetuate upon yourselves due to your life's choices. Me, yup. We're all responsible. So now we all can change it. Ivo, your world will change, my love. It will.